What does a typical bear market look like in the stock market? How long do bear markets last? When do most of the losses happen? Most investors believe that the losses occur fairly evenly throughout the bear market. However, based on past bear markets, nothing could be further from the truth. So let's take a look. According to David Haviland of Beaumont Capital Management and his article, Tactical to Practical, Understanding the Importance of Market Declines, this chart shows the results of market declines and stock market pullbacks. As is indicated, bear markets typically take their time. It is not uncommon for the drop to take a year or two before you lose such a large percentage of your portfolio value. Further, the drop is not necessarily gradual. This next chart shows the stages of the average bear market for the S&P 500 index. The interesting outcome is that most of the losses in a bear market occur during the first stage and the last stage. Moreover, the losses occur much faster at the beginning and at the end stages. Every bear market starts out as an ordinary pullback. It then expands into a correction, and then it grows further into a bear market. Typically, pullbacks generally tend to be relatively sharp and quick. Therefore, it is logical that the beginning of a bear market shares this characteristic. Of all bear markets since World War II, with the exception of the 1987 decline, the first one quarter of the bear market declines by about 9%. Typically, the first quarter of a bear market will incur about 26% of the total bear market loss. In the next phase, or the next half of the bear market, which includes the second and third quarters of the decline, it is a more complacent period. The average losses in this phase, again including the second and third quarter, is a decline of about 28%. Bear markets are devious. They take their time and they pull you in, thinking that the decline is over. There will be small rallies and a slow decline to lull you asleep. But by the end of the third quarter, the bear market has declined by about double. This segment of complacency then becomes denial. Investors stop paying attention, and the market then turns for the worse. Almost half of bear market losses, about 46% on average, occur during the final stage of panic and then capitulation. During this final quarter, the losses typically begin to accelerate and the market starts to tumble down. Even the most determined investors have their doubts. People freeze with fear, and their instincts take over, and they reach their breaking point. Emotions such as fear begin to take over. Thoughts of retirement funds, money for vacation, and all of the hard work take over, and investors capitulate and sell at or near the bottom. What are the lessons we learn? First, the mathematics of investment teaches us to keep our losses small. In the equation, the larger a loss becomes, the greater the gain has to be to make up for that loss in order just to break even. Another lesson is to understand the shape of a bear market and the length of time it takes to complete. As mentioned earlier, the first 10% or so is almost impossible to avoid, as it can be quick and most often is just an ordinary pullback. But as losses extend, it is time to reassess. Taking action before your losses mount makes it easier to recover. As this chart shows, keep your losses small. So where are we today? Well, nobody really knows if this is the bear market or not. I tend to believe, however, that my subscribers and viewers have a better idea, at least as long as if you watch my Friday market updates. But to further illustrate what may happen, let's overlay the last two bear markets with the current market action. Although every bear market is different, the first 10% decline looks similar. If this current correction is going to continue, then where are we on the bear market chart? Well, we've already lost the first quarter, making it at least an ordinary pullback. So, is this the beginning of the second quarter? If so, what are you going to do? Well, my suggestion is simply to subscribe to this channel and pay attention to my videos. So for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.